Who is the most famous person in the world after the Prophet? This question may sound exaggerated, but there are some names that have gone beyond being just an artist or an athlete. They have become global phenomena. So who is the most famous of all? Elvis Presley, the Beatles, Muhammad Ali, Ronaldo, or Michael Jackson? Undoubtedly, all of them are incredibly influential and iconic. But today, we'll focus on just two names, two giants known all around the world, from tiny villages to massive metropolises, Cristiano Ronaldo and Michael Jackson. One is the living legend of modern football. The other is the unforgettable king of music and stage. But who is truly more famous? Whose name has truly transcended time? There's no question that both are extremely famous. But in this video, I will show you, with facts, data, and cultural influence, which one is a far greater global icon. If you're ready, let's begin. Michael Jackson began his music career at the age of 6 in 1964 with the Jackson 5, a group founded by his father. By the 1980s, he was the most famous person in the world. Even today, 15 years after his official death, his music is still streamed billions of times every year. Ronaldo may be incredibly famous, but his peak exists within the boundaries of the internet age. Michael, on the other hand, was recognized on every continent, even in villages without electricity, long before the digital era. Michael Jackson's fame wasn't limited to developed nations. It reached even the most isolated communities. For example, an uncontacted tribe deep in the Amazon rainforest, a group that knew virtually nothing about the outside world, recognized Michael Jackson.
Vous savez ce que c'est ça? C'est la neige. Dans les pays froids tombent des morceaux blancs, très glacés, et après les hommes glissent dessus. Vous savez qui c'est? Michael Jackson. Bon, vous savez. J'ai vu une fois à la télé à la ville. Il y en a combien qui le connaissent?
The fact that isolated tribes in the Amazon knew who Michael Jackson was shows just how far his fame had spread. Michael was so beloved that a small village in the Ivory Coast decided to crown him king. In 1992, in the village of Crinjabo in Côte d'Ivoire, the traditional leaders of the Sanwi Kingdom gave him the royal title of Prince Amalaman Ano and officially welcomed him into the royal family. At his coronation ceremony, Jackson wore traditional clothing and signed official documents to formalize his role. After his death, the village chief requested an official funeral to be held for their king, but this request was denied, and Jackson was buried in Southern California. Still, a 2-day memorial was held in his honor, attended by over 1,000 villagers. These kinds of events show that Michael Jackson's music and cultural impact reached the most remote corners of the world, even during a time when the internet was not widely available. His dance moves, his songs, and his performances broke through barriers of language and culture, creating a truly universal impact. Just like Barbie and G.I. Joe, there was also a Michael Jackson doll for children. In 1997, a company named Street Life produced a Michael Jackson doll specifically for the European market. In the early 1980s, MTV largely avoided airing music videos by black artists, but the overwhelming success of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean forced them to change this policy, opening the door for black musicians to reach mass audiences through music videos. In 1988, Michael Jackson became the first Western celebrity to appear in a commercial in the Soviet Union. Despite being closed off from much of the world, the Soviet Union made an exception for Michael Jackson, allowing him to break through the Iron Curtain. Michael Jackson shaped global culture with his dance, his voice, his clothing, and his groundbreaking music videos. Billie Jean, Thriller, Smooth Criminal, each of them changed a generation. His fashion and dance style inspired countless artists around the globe. The moonwalk, in particular, became his signature move and a permanent part of pop culture. These examples clearly show that Michael Jackson's impact extended far beyond the world of music, reaching into social, cultural, and even political realms. His art became a universal language that crossed boundaries and brought different cultures together. Jackson's influence transcended language and culture, creating a global effect that is still felt today. Ronaldo's influence in football is undoubtedly massive, but it can never replace the universal language of music. Still, when we set aside his athletic achievements, it's undeniable that Cristiano Ronaldo is the most influential footballer in terms of global fame and public impact. Cristiano Ronaldo's personal influence and power over public behavior have been proven not only through his success on the field, but also through the instant global effects of his actions. He is not just a star on the football pitch, but a figure whose every move resonates through social media, the advertising world, and public perception. One simple gesture from him can affect the stock value of global corporations. For example, during a Euro 2020 press conference in 2021, 2 Coca-Cola bottles were placed in front of Ronaldo. He pushed them aside in front of the cameras and said, "Agua," meaning water.
Coca-Cola. Boa tarde a todos.
What happened next? Coca-Cola's market value dropped by $4 billion. Its stock fell from $56.10 to $55.22. Ronaldo wasn't a sponsor. This wasn't part of a campaign. He simply moved the bottles aside. But the result was a multi-billion-dollar crash. This moment also highlighted how Ronaldo serves as a role model for millions of children and youth. On social media, millions began discussing the health impact of sugary drinks, and the importance of drinking water became a trending topic again. In that moment, Ronaldo didn't just move a bottle, he delivered a global message. Healthy living makes a difference not only on the field, but in life. But who holds more financial power? Interestingly, even Cristiano Ronaldo once dreamed of being as rich and successful as Michael Jackson. In his own words, "When I was 7, I told my dad I wanted to have a house like Michael Jackson. He replied that dreams are only for the rich, a privilege we didn't have." But did you know that even though Michael Jackson is officially deceased, he still earns more than Cristiano Ronaldo today? Until his death, Michael Jackson ranked among the richest people in the world. But even after his passing, he continues to out-earn Ronaldo on an annual basis. This speaks volumes about the enduring cultural power and commercial strength of his legacy. Cristiano Ronaldo, as an active athlete, earns an enormous income, but it is based primarily on his current performance and sponsorship deals. Michael Jackson, who officially passed away in 2009, still remains a giant in the music and entertainment industry. According to Forbes, in 2024, Michael Jackson's estate generated $600 million, making him the highest-earning deceased celebrity that year. Since 2009, his posthumous earnings have exceeded $3.3 billion. Cristiano Ronaldo, by comparison, earned $285 million in 2024, making him the world's highest-paid athlete. Of that amount, $220 million came from his football contract with Al Nassr, and $65 million from endorsements and sponsorships. That means Michael Jackson is currently earning more than double what Ronaldo makes, despite being gone for over a decade. This comparison clearly shows, even in death, Michael Jackson remains a financial powerhouse and a testament to the cultural legacy that continues to generate massive value worldwide. So who is more powerful on social media? Today, with 653 million followers on Instagram, Cristiano Ronaldo is officially the most followed person in the world. A single post from him can generate an average of $1 million in ad value for brands. The products he endorses and even the behaviors he promotes have a direct influence on the consumption and lifestyle habits of millions. On the other hand, Michael Jackson has nearly 10 million followers. So, does having more followers on social media make Ronaldo more famous than Michael Jackson? No, because they are not operating under the same condition. Ronaldo was born into the era of social media. His follower count grows every day thanks to active campaigns, regular posts, and live interaction. Michael Jackson, however, passed away in 2009. At that time, Instagram had only been founded a year earlier. He never had the chance to be an active social media user while he was alive. Michael Jackson achieved worldwide fame without the internet, purely through TV, radio, vinyl, cassettes, and CDs. In 1982, at just 24 years old, Michael sold over 32 million copies of Thriller without a single YouTube view, hashtag, or viral trend. Today, thanks to social media, everyone can appear on everyone's phone screen, but MJ never had that luxury. Despite this, having 10 million followers today is still a remarkable achievement. He also continues to have 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify. On TikTok, videos featuring his music have reached billions of views. His videos on YouTube have nearly 20 billion total views, and his official channel currently has over 33 million subscribers. In a 2023 study, Michael Jackson was still ranked among the most searched for artists on Google, despite being officially deceased. In 1992, UNESCO declared Michael Jackson the most recognized person on Earth. Whenever he attended an event, airports were shut down, and heads of state requested private meetings with him. Cristiano Ronaldo has never reached that level of global magnitude. The data is clear. An artist who is officially deceased still receives more content consumption than most living celebrities today. Michael Jackson achieved organically what many modern stars struggle to replicate even with social media. In short, when we examine their influence and fame side by side, it becomes clear that Michael Jackson is miles ahead. Think about it. How many people try to dress like Ronaldo? But every year, thousands of people try to dance like Michael, imitate his voice, copy his hairstyle. Michael Jackson is one of the most impersonated individuals in the history of modern culture. MJ isn't just a man, he's a symbol. Many celebrities from the worlds of football and the arts openly express their admiration for Michael Jackson. For example, Ronaldinho, widely considered by some as the most gifted footballer of his generation, has often been seen wearing Michael Jackson-themed t-shirts. Michael's fame has even made its way onto the football field, especially through his iconic dance moves. Cristiano Ronaldo himself once mimicked Michael Jackson's signature moves during a shoe commercial. In another video, Ronaldo can be seen impersonating Michael Jackson again, a clear nod to the king of pop's lasting influence. Throughout history, a few other names have come close to this level of fame and influence. Elvis Presley, the Beatles, and from the sports world, Muhammad Ali. In my opinion, if we evaluate based on global fame, cultural longevity, cross-continental recognition, media dominance, and timeless influence, the only figure who comes somewhat close to Michael Jackson is Muhammad Ali. But if we were to add all those names into this comparison, the video would become quite long. So if you'd like to see a deeper comparison between Michael Jackson and Muhammad Ali, including a discussion of Elvis and the Beatles, let me know in the comments. And if this video gets 2,000 likes, I'll make that dedicated video just as promised.
Say, Jim, you think I could have a float like a butterfly?
Bam, well,
Sting like a bee?
well, you got the butterfly part down, Brother Michael, and you sing real sweet to complete the cycle. But before you can sting people out of their wits, you gotta put on some meat and keep on eating your grits.
Man, you cold, man.
Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. So, what do you think? Was Ronaldo more famous? Or was it Michael Jackson? One thing is certain. Both of them, in their own ways, disrupted the global power structures. And for that, both were targeted, worn down, and often left standing alone. One touched hearts through music, the other inspired millions through football. One danced on stage, the other danced on the field. One shook the world with rhythm, the other with goals. But both achieved one thing that few ever could. They brought millions of people together in a shared feeling. Their names, their paths, and their achievements may differ, but both gave this world not just talent, but hope, inspiration, and passion.